that you can rely on the God that we serve. Can you imagine how Jonah must have felt when he was building the ark? And the people said, "What you doing, Noah?" Noah said, "I'm building the ark." They said, "What's the ark?" I suppose Noah said, "You'll see." Because it's going to rain. They probably said, "What's rain?" They ain't never seen no rain. They didn't have a clue. Can you imagine how silly Moses must have looked when Pharaoh's army was running, coming behind them, and the Red Sea was sitting in front of them, and yet Moses might have looked crazy when he picked up his rod and stood out over the waters, over the sea, and held up the rod. Can you imagine how he must have felt? Can you imagine how Sarah must have felt? Shopping in the maternity ward at Kmart's. I wish y'all knew the Bible. I wouldn't have to break everything down to you. Here she is, 75 years old, shopping for some maternity clothes at the Kmart's based on a promise that she would have a child at 75 years old. Can you imagine what David must have looked like facing an enormous giant with nothing more than a slingshot and a few smooth stones? Can you imagine how the Israelites looked walking around the walls of Jericho 7 times, 1 time each day for 7 days, with the people inside Jericho looking out at them wondering, why are those people marching around our city? Can you imagine what Esther was going through when she went against protocol and went in to see the king with the hopes of saving her people? I wish y'all knew the Bible. Can you imagine what the wise men must have looked like following a simple star looking for a Messiah? Can you imagine what the woman with the issue of blood must have looked like trying to press through the crowd to get to the hem of Jesus' garment? Can you imagine, I'm almost finished, how blind Bartimaeus was willing in his blindness to call out the name of Jesus in the midst of a crowd? But here's one thing that's confident about all of them. Hold up, can you imagine how Mary, who was a teenager and pregnant and telling everybody an angel did it? y'all ain't hear what I'm saying. They all might have looked foolish, except for the fact that it did rain when Moses was building the ark. And the Red Sea did open when Moses stretched out his rod. Sarah did get pregnant and have a child at 75 years of age. David did kill Goliath, and he was only 17 years old. The walls of Jericho did come tumbling down. Esther did save her people from annihilation. The wise men did follow the star and found Jesus. Peter did walk on water. 5,000 people got fed with 2 loaves of fish, 2 loaves of bread and 5 fish. The woman with the issue of blood was healed. Blind Bartimaeus did get his sight. Mary did give birth to Jesus. All I'm trying to tell you is have confidence in the God that we serve. I don't know what your tribulation is. I don't know what your drama is. I don't know what your trouble is. But have faith and approach God with access and confidence. Don't sweat. I'm finished. Don't stress out. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. Don't cry. Don't lose control. We have access with boldness, with confidence. Do y'all hear what I'm saying to you today? Boldly go to the throne of grace. Stand on your feet, everybody, if you're able.